Afternoon, guys. Sorry I'm a bit late this morning. Afternoon, even. A few technical hiccups. But I'm here. So, pound collapsed dramatically. Not unexpected, but yeah. Bit of a drop. DAX has been coming down nicely today as well. All the other indices have as well. So, decent moves across the board, indice-wise. US indices not quite as much, but still downward movement. FTSE's gone nowhere really. FTSE just reversed off the back of the rate announcement. But yeah, nice moves on the DAX. Got a couple of good trades on that this afternoon. I've got a pound US dollar trade on that I'm just trying to... It's a stupid idea, but I tried to fade the drop and got stopped out. So I thought, screw it, I'll go short. So now obviously it's going to pop. So this is why I don't news trade, because no one in the world can tell you whether this is going up and down now. It's just a complete fluke of whether or not you get it right. So I'm gambling on short. I've gambled long, I've lost. I'm gambling short. I'll probably lose this as well, but hey, it's only 1%. I've made 3.5% this morning, so it's worth a punt, isn't it? Anyway, hate news trading. Pound US dollar. So I'm seeing if we're going to get a continuation short on it, but 90% sure it's going to do that, but I can't find a way to put a stop in because it's just all over the place at the minute. But anyway, anybody make any money on the pound this morning? Afternoon, Peter, Diamond, Harry. Very nice drop that. But just one candle basically. So you had to basically be either long or short at the time of the news. Otherwise you wouldn't have got in on it really. You just would have got slipped as it came down on that. But currently in long in profit. Yeah. I longed it basically. I longed it here. We got that lovely hammer, so I thought I'll give it another candle, and it looked like it was going. So obviously as soon as I got into the trade, it came down and stopped me out. So I thought, right, okay, I'll play it short. Now I've got in short, obviously, it's going to pop. This is why everybody that news trades loses, because you cannot. News is it's literally a 50-50 flip of a coin, and you can't make money on a 50-50 because you'll never get the risk reward out of it. It either won't move enough for you when you're news trading, and basically you just get chopped out, or you make a really good amount of money, and then you think, brilliant, I can do that every time, and then 9 out of 10 of them won't work. It's just, it literally is a gamble. If you're going to try and trade a fade on the news or trade a continuation off the news, it literally is gambling, but it pays off, you know. I've been to the blackjack tables many a time and come out with a few grand in my pocket. So you can win, but not a long-term strategy. But hey, it's good fun to trade it. But yeah, so I'm just seeing what happens with that one. It's 0.5%. It's not the end of the world. So ADRs, no, not surprisingly, there's a few pounds lit up. So the pound Swiss. Straight down onto ADR, and obviously is now rejecting down there. I've got a line drawn there. What's that line? There goes support. So this is where I said this morning, remember, potentially looking for it to come down to, not like that. I was expecting it to trade down to it, but obviously it's slammed into it and halted. So pound Swiss, ADR. I don't know which way the pound is going to go from here. I suspect down. So all these pounds, pound odd, pound CAD, they're all coming down and they're respecting supports. So it does look like a really good long. I'm in the wrong side of this. Closing it. Close. I'm not going to hold it. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on it. I think it's a good fade. All these pounds are good fades off the back of this news. So any of these that you fancy taking longs, But literally, as I say, you're gambling, so bear that in mind when you're taking the trades. We don't know which way it's going to go, but they look like they're going to fade. Well, they want to fade anyway. What if you seek only a small pullback? I was only seeking a small pullback on that, Bruno. I said in the Telegram, I posted the trade in the Telegram group. I was looking for 50% pullback. That's all I was looking for, but it stopped me out. Now I've gone short. It's going to come back up. It's going to stop me out. And then it will just accumulate down there and everyone will get stopped out loads of times. And then you have one whacking great propulsion candle go in. No one will get on that trade. They'll all go long, put their stops under there and it will tank. The market makers know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what we're thinking and what we're thinking to do. So don't try it. I escaped my GA on Monday with profits. Flaky. I'm not touching pound. Yeah, just leave it alone for a minute. If you're going to take a long, you want to put a big stop on it, basically. Stop down there, get in there, stop down there, give it ADR, assume it's going to come down and hit that support, and take a tiny little profit. So you're probably going to be playing something like a 1.2 or a 1.3 to 1. So you're going to risk way more than you're going to make on the trade, but it's a high probability trade. It's just obviously the risk reward is going to be terrible on it, so be careful with them. But I think it's going to come up to some kind of pullback. But there is an option. Comes all the way down, and it goes a bit further, and then they'll come back and sort this out sometime next week. These gaps don't get filled the same every time, so just have to play it by ear a little bit. But yeah, pound odd. It's looking good for a reversal. So is pound CAD, and so is pound Swiss. All good levels. Pound US dollar as well. Obviously, that's at ADR. US dollar's not really done a huge amount today. We've had an accumulation during the London session, so no movement whatsoever to speak of there. Euro pound, obviously the inverse, it's pushed up to the upside. So potentially fade back down on that one. And Aussie New Zealand is the only other thing that's hit, which is just pushed up basically during London. Obviously, this is coming up to a potential resistance at the moment, but I'm not quite sure what's going on with these Aussies and New Zealands. They seem to be acting very odd at the moment. There's not a lot of weird strength coming through for them at the moment. So I'd be inclined to look for a short play if we get up to there. So if we can get up to 125 odd ADR today, I think that's probably a good shout as a short. So there's all your ADRs hit. RSIs, we've got quite a few. EA, basically, I've got short running on the pound yen and US dollar Swiss. I didn't take that off. I was looking at it. I got up to about 0.4%, and I was thinking of taking it off, but I thought I'll leave it because I think these pounds are going to pull back down. So I'm letting that run. I've taken a New Zealand dollar Swiss as well this morning. So short New Zealand dollar Swiss. That's RSI extension. So nicely extended. Starting to roll over. So I'm just looking for sort of half an ADR. So all the RSIs are pretty much as we were this morning, except obviously a lot of them now have got even further extended. So I'll quickly whiz through these. The hourlies, vast majority is Aussie dollar at the moment. Afternoon, David. And a few bits and pieces on the others that we looked at this morning. But the vast majority of this is Aussie dollar movement because we've had a decent move on the lower timeframes for the Aussies. So Aussie dollar Swiss. I'm in New Zealand Swiss. It's the same thing basically. So either take Aussie Swiss or take New Zealand Swiss. Don't take both because they're pretty much the same thing. So very, very nicely extended. We've had one down candle. That's it in that entire move. It's starting to look like it wants to roll over now. We're probably looking for a pullback into one of those. Potentially. It could go further. We could look at a 50% pullback. But yeah, very nicely set up for shorts. Aussie dollar yen, we already covered these. So yeah, Aussie dollar yen, as you can see, we've had a little bit more of a push up in the London session. Really, really embedded. So some point we're going to get that drop. But again, yens and Swissies are just not really acting particularly normal at the moment. So a little bit of weakness on those. Aussie US, again, nice big push. Really nice market structure on this, really simple. So anywhere out of there, potentially for shorts. We're waiting for the US dollar to power up a little bit. It's only just got extended though, so not the best trade in the world, but it's textbook market structure, and we should be seeing that push down on US dollar strength. CAD Swiss, really nicely extended. That one's just starting to roll over. No reversal alert on that yet on the 4 hour. On the hourly, on M15 is sort of poised, ready to go. There's a couple of really nice M's in there. Nice reversal there, and obviously a larger reversal there. So looking good for shorts. CAD Swiss and the CAD Yen. Again, CAD Yen massively extended. So we're just accumulating up there. This one didn't really get a pullback off of this initial move that we had, and now we've put a second leg in. So this is kind of the accumulation, first leg, second leg. We may well get a third leg. We'll see. We need a little bit of yen strength to come through, but obviously with oil prices stabilizing now, we'll probably see a little bit of weakness come through on the CAD as well, which will obviously help with any kind of yen strength. Just not getting the yen strength at the moment. Euro Swiss, still up there, not gone anywhere. We looked at this one this morning. Beautiful bounce off the 72. Looking for it potentially to come back up and fill this gap here. So we're right exactly where we want to be starting to look for shorts on this one now. I don't think I've got Euro Swiss. No. I've only got one euro pair. I'm going to stick that on and start trading that, I think. Euro Swiss is 17, 18. 18. Oh. Hello, what's going on? Load. Okay. I'm only taking shorts on this though. Only shorting the euro at the minute. Bear with me while I set this up. Sorry. Okay. So Euro Swiss getting ready to get in short. Euro Yen. Again, extended. Yen pair. Not stopped whatsoever. Of all the euro pairs, this one, as soon as we get some yen strengthening, this one's going to come down much, much, much harder than the rest. But just waiting for yen strength still on that one. And pound Swiss, nicely extended. Obviously, if you got in that one this morning, this one was lit up, obviously, this morning, over 80. Boom, it's already started. Pound yen started. New Zealand dollar Swiss. Again, already in that one, got my first entry short, pretty much where it was this morning, looking for pullbacks, looking at this level initially, 63, 940-ish, roughly around there. So looking for initial pullback somewhere around there, or maybe even down to sort of 63, 787, this candle here. So looking somewhere around there maybe. So yeah, a little bit of a short play down to there. New Zealand dollar yen, again waiting for some yen strength to come through. This one's a lot more orderly than the rest, so potentially not as easy to trade, but Still a short opportunity, very nice extended. US dollar CAD has just creeped onto the radar. We are just about extended at the moment. We've just pulled down into this propulsion move where we started this initial push up. So this is potentially where we're going to start looking for some support. Also, we've got the bottom down here off of this nice hammer, which is roughly at ADR. So this looks to me like a good starter point for the US dollar. US dollar CAD to start looking for long opportunities. Failing that, obviously, second position would be somewhere down here, and then wait for longs from there. But nice looking long opportunity. It's only just got extended though, so it depends how aggressive you're feeling as to whether you want to see if it's going to push down more. If you do, obviously you might miss the entry, but difficult to tell. US dollar yen, again, nice extension. We are long US dollar, so this is not really the best yen one to take. Bank of Japan monetary policy is tonight. Yep. Monetary policy statement tonight. So overnight may get some decent movement on the yen. So all these yens could well just kick off this evening, which would be lovely. We'll see what happens with those. But yeah, so obviously these are all very, very, very extended. All these yens, so you can kind of take your pick on them. Don't get into too many, obviously. Get into two as a maximum. But yeah, they all look good, and potentially we could see some movement this evening rather, off the back of those. Hourlies, mainly Aussie dollars. So Aussie dollar Swiss, very nicely extended and embedded. Bearish engulfing going in there. Just about to get reversal alert. So this, you probably had the 5-minute reversal alert on this one. This platform is awful. Yeah, so nice bearish engulfing. Just had the reversal alert. Look for a retest. Drop. Aussie dollar yen, same thing with the yen on that one. Need to wait a little bit. Aussie dollar New Zealand dollar, that was just rolled over as well. Not got the reversal alert on that one yet. So it's not far, 10 pips from the high to the low. So just wait for a reversal alert on that one, potentially for a short. Aussie dollar US dollar as well is not quite as extended. So those are the ones I'll be looking at the most: Aussie dollar Swiss and Aussie dollar yen. Aussie dollar yen obviously for later on, but Aussie dollar Swiss for now, just reversed. So yeah, loads of opportunities across the board. The pounds, obviously, just be very careful. We'll keep an eye on these this afternoon. Does look like a lovely long now. Look, got beautiful rejection twice, taking out the lows. See, everybody that went, oh look, it's a long, put their stop. I put my stop there really tight because I didn't want to risk too much on it. Everybody that got in long there put their stop there, so they came down, liquidated all those people, put in another hammer, started taking it long. We just had a reversal alert. Everybody's stop is now under there. Don't know. Are they going to have one bite of the cherry or 2 bites? How many do they need to push it back? Who knows? Looks good though, doesn't it? Pound CAD. Should we take one? What did I get on with last time? Pound US dollar. I got on with 2. So let's have a go. Pound CAD this time. 0.5% risk. About 1.5% reward. Going to go for halfway. There's a good possibility they will fill this whole thing. This thing will just go like that, and then we'll be back to business as usual. But I'm not going to get greedy on it. Right. That's everything. Anything anybody else wants to look at? Pairs wise or anything? Let me know. Anybody out there ever used moving averages for mean reversion? Just curious. Got a hideous person on the MQL5 group chat system at the moment called Marty Quant. Don't know if you're in here, Marty, but really you need to learn how to trade. Moving averages are a trend, not mean reversion. But anybody in here tried to use moving averages for mean reversion? Just out of interest. This person is telling me that I need to change the moving averages because you shouldn't trade above the moving averages. You should trade below the moving average, the other way round. So, i.e., if the trend is going up, you'd be shorting it based on moving averages. I don't quite know what he's talking about, but he's basically being abusive to me, so I've just blocked him. Anyway, but I'm just curious if anybody's ever tried to mean reversion trade with moving averages. I've never tried it, but apparently I'm a complete idiot and totally ignorant. But anyway, the joys of developing indicators to try and help people. You can't help them. Right, let's have a look at the indices. So, use Ichimoku Cloud for bias. Yeah, there's lots of stuff you can use for bias. Ichimoku Cloud's good. I've used Ichimoku in the past. I kind of half got on with Ichimoku, but I also didn't. But yeah. Anyway, I've tried to tell him oscillators are for mean reversion, but he's obviously way more experienced and clever than I am. So I'll let him develop. He's going to develop his own EA to do it all. So we'll see what that works out like. Right. So indices. We've had the good move down on the DAX this morning. I'm going to keep an eye on that pound CAD. We haven't got a reversal alert on the... we should have a reversal alert now. Oh, no. Yeah, because that's the high, wasn't it? We haven't quite got the reversal alert on the hourly yet on it. I was hoping it was going to come down a little bit more than it did this morning, but it didn't quite manage to get there. So we've had a decent push down on the DAX. This is exactly where I'm looking because these moving averages are to do with trend. So I'm looking for trend continuation trades on moving averages. Unlike some people, he says we should be longing it here. Anyway, I won't mention it again. So yeah, so obviously with the moving averages, we're looking obviously for shorts. So we've just got the first signs of some weakness coming through. We've had a fairly decent sized day put in so far. So I think because of the strength that we've had on the DAX, with that one, we're probably going to look for a bit maybe of accumulation or maybe a pullback during the New York session. The rest of the indices have come down as well. But obviously, based on the previous movements, these massive, strong candles that we've had, I think we're looking for at least a few days of pullback now, depending on whether or not we're going to continue and we're going to reverse from here, because it's potentially looking like a bottom. But I think obviously with the way the market is and whether with inflation's going and everything, I think we've got more movements to the downside yet. So I'll be looking for more down days. So I'm short bias on the indices this afternoon, but we may well want to do a little bit of a pullback. Because we've had a bit of a push. So it's difficult to tell. We're either going to go out the gates today and put in a nice big bear candle, or we're going to retrace this a little bit, and in which case then I'll start looking for shorts off of a retracement. So going to give the open a little bit of time to bed in and see what it does. So we are open. Let me just move over to the S&P and the Dow. Also, why does the signals appear and then reappear? It's clouding my judgment of what's going to happen. What do you mean by the signals appear and then reappear? Do you mean when you're flicking? This is just this charting platform. So there's no reversal alert there. If I flick over, ta-da, it suddenly appears. This is a glitch in this MT4. I don't know what it is. It's this broker. It doesn't do it on any other broker I've got. This broker, for some reason, it just doesn't. It doesn't load the data. It seems to load the chart, but it doesn't load the underlying data, which is the indicators using to do calculations. I think that's what it is, but yeah, I don't know. It's just 8-cap broker. I've got a delay in when I hit the button as well. It's like a delayed feed. Okay, big strong move up to start with on both, and looks like it's going out the gates. So what should I trade? NAS or S&P today? I'm just going to give this 5-minute opening range time to play out. Don't want to jump in too soon. The arrow you're talking about, Simeon. Right, so the arrow is a retest arrow. Yeah, so you'll only see the retest arrow if it retests. Yeah, so here, for example, got a reversal alert. It never retested it. Yeah, so there's no retest arrow. Here, if it comes back and bounces, you'll get a retest arrow. But it would only show a retest on the last one. So it only shows one retest arrow, i.e. on the current last signal. So there is no retest there. There you go, there's a retest there. So got the reversal alert, pushed up, came back, and then this candle here broke back above. So that is the retest. So this is retested and then broken back above again. It actually came back and retested again before it went this time, but that's what the retest arrow is. And it only shows on this one, on the last one. Yeah. So if this then does that, it's gone. It's a live signal, so obviously it doesn't leave thousands of arrows pointed all over your charts. Yeah, that's right, Simeon. So it shows you're not sure why. Okay, I've just explained it. Yeah. So that's what the retest is. It draws on the last reversal alert. It's all covered in the videos. Go and watch the videos. On the website. Massive opening range so far today. Got some volatility at last. Much better than this morning. Big old opening ranges going on at the moment. Got a feeling my pound CAD is going wrong. Yeah. Market makers, love them. Okay, shorten the Dow. Bit of a risky one, but looking for this to be the pullback on the next leg down. We're respecting those, those moving averages that you use for mean reversion. Sorry, for trend. I'm assuming that they are going to continue to show me the direction of the trend. Sorry, I shouldn't go on. It's just when people are hideously abusive to you because they know nothing about what they're talking about and assume that they know everything after you've been trading for 13 years. It just gets on my goat a little bit sometimes. There's only so many of them you can take. But hey, I'm pretty thick-skinned. But I will see if I can figure out how to do mean reversion with moving averages, because, you know, no one else has done it in the last, well, since they've been existed, but obviously there's a way to do it. Sorry, did I say I was going to shut up about that? Anyhow. Okay. Going to lock that in at break even, because it's working, just in case. Don't want to get whipsawed. I am going to get whipsawed. Okay, stopping out of that. Big whipsawy day. Should have just taken profit on that down there, really, but Bruno, after watching your bootcamp and live streams every day, I'm starting to get some results. Cool. That is good. After 20 months stuck. All been there. All been there. 20 months actually is not a lot of time. So if you get results after 20 months, that's good. A lot of volatility. Be careful today. It's moving around a lot. We've got very, very, very long wicks candles and a lot of whipsawing. This market's really not sure where it wants to go at the moment. FTSE is getting strong, is it? Yeah, it's just taking out the size. A little bit whipsawy as well. And the DAX, they're all a bit all over the place today. Good volatility, but obviously doesn't help us. Actually, we're using very wide stops, which makes it hard to make money. Okay, so we've got a opening range break to the high. Now we're pulling back down again. So I'm going to put a buy stop above that last candle, stop below the low of that candle. So if we're going to pull back into here and break out for an opening range break, I'll take that long. Looks like we want to go bullish at the moment. Most of the indices are the same. A lot of volatility there. It's good. Hi Franco. Going live on New Zealand US dollar long scalp. Still got some distance on that one. 30 odd pips. Potentially you get a bounce up there. Pound CAD stalling out, down at ADR. See if we can break this neckline. Not very nice, is it? Open. Okay, we are going short, maybe. This is really tricky this morning, this afternoon, isn't it? Short CAD Swiss, H1M5. That's good because that means my pound CAD might go up if you go short on that. Lots of wicks to the downside on that at the moment. It's not wanting to give an alert either. Okay, I'm going to get gathered up into long on the Dow. Potentially. Afternoon, Stevie. Aussie New Zealand looking favourable for short. Just got a retest on M15. Just got a retest on M15. Aussie New Zealand. I haven't even got an alert on you, Aussie New Zealand yet. You might have, yeah, you've probably, your broker, I've got a double top here. Your broker has probably pipped up above there, which means that your reversal alert will be there. You should just have a reversal alert though. You shouldn't have anything having a retest yet. Unless your broker's got completely different looking candles to me, which is totally possible. Come on, pound, make your mind up. Just going to go to a horrible accumulation now. Take out these stops and then fly. Still haven't got gathered up into this Dow trade. It's looking bullish. We got good wicks to the downside here. Oh, M5. Yeah. Yeah, see, I haven't got that in M5. I haven't got a reversal alert yet, but so if you had that high up here, your reversal alert was there, and that will be your retest there. Okay, long on the Dow. About to get stopped out in the pound CAD. I told you shouldn't trade this thing. You know, I never listen to myself, do I? Right, where are we going on this? God, are we going to have another update today? TP's not actually far away from where I would probably look. Double top of the session, or potentially up to yesterday's high. See, we got up there. Remember this box I drew yesterday? I said this is where I was looking for a short. Came straight out of it. Didn't get there yesterday though to take the trade, unfortunately. I've got a trailing stop on this. This is very volatile at the moment, so I might get stopped out on the trailer, which is fine because this is wicky as you like today. I think I'm trading 6, yeah. Look at that. It's a 10,000 point candle. Crazy. Average it down, the pound CAD. I can't average down on this. This is an evaluation account. I'd be taking on too much risk. I've got 0.5% risk on this. If I run I can't do it on this. I run the risk of blowing it. We've only got down to there. I'd rather stop out on it. God, look at that. This thing is a beast today. Chopping everyone to pieces. Got in the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar ADR reversal this morning. This morning I got out of 3 sell positions on pound yen sales in profit. Well done. I only had one on pound yen, so haven't managed to take that off yet. Got the EA set up on pound, euro pound ready for sales. Yeah, I've loaded it up on euro Swiss this morning, this afternoon. But yeah, euro pound or euro Swiss. Euro pound obviously at the moment looks much tastier. But the pound's still going. Well, it's not going. It's just not pulling back yet. But hopefully this reversal alert will hold. We'll get a retest of this in a minute. And then if we can break that head and shoulders, that's a really badly drawn head and shoulders. That's a really badly drawn head and shoulders. I can't draw it. It's too thin. Let's try again. So there's your neckline. Just break above that. We'll be off. The Dow is thinking about going higher. I'm tempted to take this off at 0.5% because I really don't like this today. This thing's really, really volatile. Some huge pushes and huge pullbacks on these candles. Look at this on the 1 minute chart. It'll look like a... I'm not going to do it on that chart. Let's do it on this one. Oh, all right. It's just very wicky. Just Christmas trees. Stuck. Okay, looks like we're going to try and push through the highs. Franco, been studying Technical Analysis Bible by Murphy. Yeah. Can you recommend something not so thick to read? I've read that. I say read it. I've looked at all the pictures in that. But I mean, it is the Bible. It's a lot to take in, though. I've got a video on YouTube, which I boiled it down into 5 candlestick patterns. There's a lot of those candlestick patterns are very much the same sort of thing. Did I know Murphy was never a real trader? No, I didn't know that. Most people that teach aren't real traders. It's that old adage, isn't it? If you can, you do. If you can't, you teach. I don't know about any other books. No, I mean Al Brooks' stuff is really good, but I don't think Al Brooks has got 2 books actually. So that one, reading price action bar by bar, is really good. That's by Al Brooks. Price action trends. He's got another. Oh, there it is. Price action reversals. So those 3 are kind of very, very, very good as well. £46. Not sure I'd pay £46 for them. Not sure I did. We're looking lots of rejection going on at the moment. But yeah, those are the ones I would look at as well. Al Brooks. He was a researcher, was he? Murphy. I'm going to stop out on the Dow by the looks of things. Potentially. He researched all the indicators and data and put it in a book. Al's doing a talk actually in London soon. Yeah, he does seminars. Yeah, so he's doing one in London soon as well. Just stopped out on that. This is really hard today. Very, very, very volatile. You need to use big old stops on this today. It's going to be quite difficult to get decent amount of money out of this. Need to kind of be out 0.5% at a time, otherwise likely to just get shot. I could have got 0.5% on that drop. I could have got 0.5% on that gain, but I was just waiting for price to actually settle down, but it doesn't seem to be at the minute. We're just rejecting all these highs at the moment on the S&P. Don't know which way this is going today. You attended one recently online. What, Val's? Yeah. Good. Got it for $10 in a used bookstore. Yeah. I mean, that's the way to look for it. Go to eBay, basically, and see if you can find a copy on eBay. Or somewhere, second-hand copy. Amazon second-hand copies don't tend to be any good because the second-hand copies on Amazon tend to sell for almost as much as the new ones. But yeah, if you want something slightly lighter reading than Murphy's stuff. But the thing you have to take into account with all of this is if you read the best technical analysis book in the world, that doesn't make you a good trader. Understanding candlestick patterns, what an IRB is, what a bullish engulfing is, doesn't make you a good trader. It shows you what is potentially happening with price. you have to then look at where price is going. Your job is to know what's happening next, or to anticipate and plan what is happening next. What's happening right now or what's happened in the past is irrelevant. And it's how you manage it. Like those trades that I've just taken there, I just stopped out at break even on 2 trades which would have been losses. If you're just trading candlestick patterns with normal risk reward parameters, you're going to get chopped around a lot. And you'll find that if you backtest the price action toolkit EA with the automated trading, it's very difficult to get it profitable fully automated, because you need to be aware of what's happening with price action. Yeah, it cannot see this happening. It can't see all the selling coming in here and absorbing all these buying orders. It's just going to take along, and it's going to go, right, I want a risk reward of 2 to 1. It's not going to go, actually, I don't like the look of this, I'm going to close it out. And that's where it comes into it. And technical analysis books teach you how to read charts like a professional, but executing trades is nothing to do with price action and managing trades. Psychology of trading, it's all completely different stuff. But you need it all. Price action and technical analysis is very important. Yeah, yes, it may be a curse. So if you've bought a second-hand price action book, obviously the person that had that book didn't find it useful, so they sold it. Yes. I'm just getting ready to go short. I'm just waiting to see what happens with this candle, but there's a lot of selling pressure coming in at the moment on the Dow. Saying that, the S&P's just flown off to the upside. Pound CAD's starting to move. Well, it's not, it's just accumulating, but DAX is pushing up, FTSE's pushing up. FTSE's not pushing up, sorry. FTSE's pulling back. Nasdaq's off. Yeah, so this is off. Can't really trade this price action on the Dow at the moment, because by the time you're getting into a position, even if you're using the lower the candle, you're like 800 pip stop loss. It's ridiculous. Oh. This is hard today. Okay, I'm going short one Dow up here. Big wide stop on it. I'm just looking to try and grab a decent pullback on this. We've had decent push so far at the open. It needs a pull. I think it needs to actually have a rest and pull back a little bit. Also, if we are going down today, this is where potentially market structure is going to hold up somewhere around this level. So we may well come up and double top. I mean, it could go obviously flying out the highs, but if we're going to reverse market structure wise, somewhere around here is where I'd expect to see us start to come back down and sort some of these propulsion moves out. We have had a good push down today, but New York obviously has got other ideas at the minute. So NAS is also just pushing up into this potential area where we're going to start seeing some sellers stepping in. We've not had a rest at all on the NAS for the last 10 minutes. Pound CAD's pushing up. I'm going to add another one onto that if we can get a break above those highs. Yeah, the indices could be heading up for a triple top. We've got no more news this afternoon, so it's basically yen tomorrow. News-wise, we've got yen tomorrow morning, and then we've got CAD retail sales. Nothing else tomorrow really news-wise, so that's it for news. So we should just see market movement hopefully starting to kick in now. But I'm not quite sure. Indices are in a bit of a difficult spot at the moment to call because we're on the dailies we're up where we should be selling, but also we've got the potential for obviously the market structure to be shifting. Could be accumulating. It's very difficult to tell what we're doing at the moment, but how long's a bear market last? You know, it's just they're calling for it all the way down here. Obviously, we've had a war since then, and a load of stuff's changed. So, who knows? Okay, double topped on the pound CAD. Still pushing higher on the Dow. certainly starting to slow down now. That initial volatility's out, all finished. Still looking for a pullback on these though. S&P just double topping now. Let's see what happens here. Just keep an eye on what the NAS is up to as well. Hopefully, the S&P will bounce off this double top. Won't go for that one. The Nasdaq will spike up and bounce off of there, and the Dow won't quite get to the high, and it will just peter out and disappear. That would be nice. We've got a double top as well on the DAX, and the FTSE's hovering around a double top as well. So all the indices are kind of starting to get to potential bounce points. It's a nice support resistance on the DAX as well. It's been rejected once already. Nice downtrend. So potentially that's a nice nice short as well. All the indices are looking good at the moment for shorts. Nasdaq's starting to reject. Plenty of room down into there as well. I'm going to give this another minute on this candle until we've closed. I might add another short up there. I'm just going to remove my stop ever so slightly, just out of range of the double top, just in case. I mean, if it goes up to this one, I'm going to get stopped out. But just in case we tap it to the pip, which it does, I don't really want to get stopped out just as it taps to the pip and drops. That would be very annoying. And it's only going to cost me like 0.1%. to move it up a little bit. Okay, S&P finding sellers up at the highs. DAX, also we're up at the 61.8 retracement. So there's an awful lot going for shorts at the moment on all these indices. We're right in sell zones, support levels, retracement levels. If we're going to continue this bear market, this is really where we would expect things to start to look a little bit heavy across the board now. If obviously we're going to continue in a bear market, DAX is pulling off those that support nicely. Shorting US 200, US 2000 mid caps. Never traded those. Oh God, never going to find them in here either. Oh yeah, there you go. Found it quick. Never traded that. Does the same as everything else though, doesn't it? I mean, it's all the same stuff. That's actually managed to push up above yesterday's high. Look. What's US dollar up to? Dollar's coming down. Wow, Dow's popping off again up to the highs. God, there's a lot of volatility in there. Good market. Oh, the Russell, yeah. Yeah, that's what you mean. The Russell's good in futures. I have traded the Russell actually in futures, but not in CFDs. But that was a big spike up across all of those, all getting rejected up here. That was the last push from the buyers. The whole lot got absorbed. So I think we're probably coming down from here. Getting one more sell stop. It's a little bit close to my initial entry, but we've had such a strong push. That was a very convincing absorption rejection at the top there. Still not come back and tested this area yet on the S&P. NAS is coming down. So NAS is in the lead at the minute. So Nasdaq's leading the other indices at the present, which is not unusual. NAS and the Russell were very, very similar. Obviously, slightly different structure, different amounts of stocks, but Come on, make your mind up. Okay, S&P looks like it's coming back down to retest now. So these highs could be high of session just put in there now. DAX is rejected perfectly off of that resistance. Dow is having another go at the highs again. I'm going to leave that pending in place there. If this rejects here, I think when we break that level here, we'll tumble down a little bit further, but it's looking pretty strong across the board actually on the rest of the indices. Okay, I need to watch this level on the NAS. Very strong potential support resistance, wherever you want to put it, somewhere around there. And obviously this big propulsion move, potentially we see buyers stepping in here. Dow's rejecting though. Sellers stepped in. Okay, so we've got more absorption there on the Dow. These highs have been rejected. This is the first pullback where the sellers stepped in and pushed price down. And the sellers are stepping back in and absorbing all the buying order here. This looks like the high at the moment. The market doesn't seem to want to push any higher. We'll see. I suppose there is an argument, going back to what I initially started talking about when I came on, of using the moving averages, obviously, for mean reversion. I think what the person was talking about was if we get extended a long way away from the moving averages, that is a good time to start selling, which potentially it could happen, but the vast majority of the time you will find the price will go into an accumulation and wait for the moving average to catch up and then bounce from it, rather than pulling back to the moving average. So, and if you're going to do that, mean reversion, why not just use an oscillator? If it's up there, the RSI will be extended. They'll all tell you the same thing. We just got 125 on euro pound pushing up. Whoever got into that euro pound trade earlier. That means my pound CAD has stopped out. Oh no, still in it. Euro pound pushing up. Is that the euro push? Yeah, euro's pushing a little bit. So 125 ADR on that one. Dow's just tried to make a new high again. It's a real struggle going on here. Okay, buyers are stepping in, potentially on the DAX as well. Tricky today, isn't it? Delayed. They are just an average line. Yeah. A moving average line, obviously. All indicators lag. RSI lag, everything lags. If it didn't, we'd all be millionaires. Because if there's an indicator that told you when price is going to actually go in a direction, we'd all use it, wouldn't we? But then nobody would make any money because we'd all be right. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, we've got more rejection here. I'm just going to move this pending order up under the current candle. We've got 1 minute to go. Got a bit more rejection showing at the moment, and potentially we've got a reversal on the S&P off of those highs forming. It's still looking fairly bullish. I mean, it's still pushing fairly hard, but it's finding it very difficult to get higher. It's almost as if we're running out of steam up here. So either it's going to pop through all these sellers and they're going to give up and it's just going to go, or these sellers are going to stamp out these buyers in a minute and we're going to get a collapse. Just feels very heavy where we are, but it's struggling. Very tough today. Yeah, moving averages are one of probably the most delayed indicator you can get, which is why, you know, everybody at some point in their trading life tries moving average crossovers, and they look fantastic on paper. Taking a short when you get a crossover, but you look at the crossover there. Yeah, there's your entry here. Move started here. Yeah, there's your entry on the crossover there. Admittedly, you'd have got that, but you missed all of that. Trading is not science, it's an art, Anonymous. Yeah. It is. It's very discretionary, which is why I can never answer that question. The question that everybody asks me, what's the strike rate of your indicator? What's the strike rate of the RSI? What's the strike rate of this? Don't know. Depends what instrument you put it on, what time frame you use, what your stop loss is, what your TP is, which trades you take, what hours you're awake. There's far too many moving parts to answer any question about anything to do with that. How good are you at holding on to trades? How quickly do you get scared out when price action moves in the opposite direction? It's just, there's too many moving parts, isn't there? It's very discretionary. Still looking pretty strong. We have broken out the highs now. It's taken 3 strong attempts to crack that level, and we're still seeing selling pressure coming through. It just feels the market, this, again, discretionary thing. This is what I mean by the market feels heavy. This feels like a heavy market. We're struggling really hard, struggling to push higher. You only get this sort of feeling when you've been watching it for a long time, that, you know, it feels heavy. It's very difficult to explain. But Unfortunately, I seem to have picked the one instrument at the moment that's got opposite movement and divergence with the rest of the indices, the Dow. Everything else is feeling way heavier than the Dow, and the Dow's the one that seems to be having a little bit more life in it at the moment, unfortunately. DAX is just starting to try and recover again, but potentially we're looking for reversals here. I might get stopped out on this one. We'll see. FTSE's making new highs. Holding on is still one of your biggest challenges, Diane. Yeah, it's everybody's challenge. Everybody struggles with it. Holding on to winners and holding on to losers. The problem we have is we are much more willing to hold on to our losers than we are to our winners. I'm holding on to this trade here because I feel the market is heavy, but I will hold on to this and hold on to this and hold on to this. And at the moment, you know, you get to the point where you think, well, it's very close to my stop. I might as well hold on to it a bit more. But the difference between taking a 0.5 loss and a 0.3 loss is actually quite big. It's nearly 50%. So if I get out now, I'll take nearly 50% less loss than I would if I waited till there. But as soon as this goes 0.2 or 0.3% in my favour, I'm like, phew, I won. But you could have won an awful lot more. And it's the holding on to trades when they're going against you and when they're in your favour is the bit that everybody struggles with. It's in human nature to avoid pain, and taking a loss is a pain. So therefore we stop taking losses, which means because we don't want to experience that pain. It's just human nature. It's what we do. We're not built to trade. And equally, somebody sticks a $250 bill, if there was such a thing, in front of us. It's very hard not to take that $250 bill, even though your conviction says you should be getting somewhere between $750 to $1,000. But I nearly lost $250 there. Might take $250 when it gets there. This is where everybody goes wrong with risk-reward. Everybody sets a beautiful risk-reward ratio up on their trades, but very, very rarely lets it play out. But it's just herd mentality, human nature. That's what we do. We're accumulating. So is that retest? We are putting in new highs though. So we are grinding. So this doesn't look like this is going to be one of those come back and sort it out immediately plays. We could well just see this grind now for the next day or so. Slow burner, or it's just going to collapse. But they're not moving the pounds really. So a lot of people will be seeing this as a flag, ready to short it on a break of that trend line. Second short entered on the Dow. GA, I'm long GA, Peter, at the minute. This is just, oh, sorry, GA, you know, pound CAD I'm short. Long, rather. It's a descending wedge. It is bearish, but I think, again, you know, this is why I sort of covering the symmetrical triangle indicator video. I used to, all of these patterns have descending wedge is a bearish pattern, a descending wedge is a bullish pattern, a flag is a bearish pattern, but in reality this is an accumulation and contraction. It can break either way. Yeah, symmetrical triangles, typically when you see a symmetrical triangle off of the back of a down move, it's a continuation pattern short. In reality, you can trade it either way, and you've got just as much chance of being right, depending on where you put your stop loss and where you enter and exit that trade. Same with these wedges. This could break up and do that fill and not hit the target, and then collapse down, and everyone go, yeah, look, it broke out to the downside. You know, it's just it's interpretation. But yeah, typically those will be short entries. But it's all accumulation. Everything's accumulation. And it all depends on what the market participants need to do. If there's a load of big banks got caught out there and didn't manage to enter their orders, they'll manipulate it back up to get those orders filled before they drop it. So it depends who's in charge. You know, and this is what the buyers and, you know, this is what all these are. Who needs to come back up and sort out their positions? Flew through that one. And then we got mother of all gaps. So that's just gathered me up nicely and decided to pull back. Bullish. S&P just rejected straight out of there as well. Difficult day today, isn't it? Nasdaq's just found some little bit of rejection down here as well. We've filled the propulsion gap to the pip. Wicks test on there. So we're holding this level on the NAS. See if we can break this and close below. If we can close below that level, we should be good. Okay, NAS is starting to break down. Need to get these lows taken out. There we go. New lows put in. So we need this candle to close down on the NAS. S&P want to get a break of these lows, but all of these, bear in mind, obviously we are above the moving averages still. It's bullish based on today's movement, so this is quite possibly a pullback long still. US dollars just made new lows on the London low. What's everything else up to? Okay, Aussie dollar's not gone anywhere. A bit of a weak CAD. Or is that a strong Swiss franc? No, it's a little bit of a weak CAD. Strong euro. There we go, it's breaking out above that wedge. Pound we know about, obviously. Don't know which way that one's going this afternoon. I suspect a slow grind. All these, I really think, you'll need to hold on to these for possibly into Monday. Probably get out of these tomorrow. But I think they'll probably just grind up and completely undo that. This was totally expected. There's no reason for that at all. It's manipulation. We knew the rates were going up. There's nothing unexpected in there. So just manipulation. New Zealand's pretty neutral. Nothing really shooting out the gates at the minute. US dollar Swiss is coming down. So we've got a slightly strong Swiss franc at the minute. We've got a bit of money coming into the Swissy. Euro is very strong though, so it's not managing to beat it. But everything else is coming down against the Swissy. So we've got a bit of Swiss franc strength coming in. We've got a bit of US dollar weakness coming in. So US dollar Swiss. Am I short on that or long? I think I'm short on that. I can't remember. Yeah, just about to TP on that one in a minute. Assuming that continues to come down. New Zealand dollar Swiss as well, I'm short. Rejecting again. Got 30 seconds left on this candle. S&P's come straight off the 20. Nasdaq's showing signs of rejection as well. I'm just closing this position out, break even. We've got signs of the bulls stepping in here. It may well go down, which is fine, but I don't like the look of these candles at the minute. Bullish. Made 2% on gold buys this morning, David. Well done. Yeah, gold's... Look at the chop on that. Look at that. Look at those wicks. How can you trade that? Obviously, you have to trade it on a big time frame because that's choppy as you like. But yeah, decent move up on gold. So gold we looked at this morning as a buy because we're down. We've got a reversal alert. We're down at the 24. And we're also tapping, I think we were tapping into a support, weren't we? Oh no, it's the 50% retracement. 50 to 61.8 retracement. So lots of confluence. 24 moving average, 50 to 61.8 retracement on the initial move and a reversal alert. Looking to come up and fill that gap. God, tough. Come on, I want to bank some money. Okay, pound CAD's back in the profit. Pretty safe stop on that. If we can break these highs, I kind of want to add another one, but I'm not sure it's actually worth it. Do you think 30% a month long term is realistic? Very difficult. Very difficult to achieve. Depends how you're trading. I mean, that's a bit of an open question, Bruno. How are you making your 30% a month, or how are you looking to make your 30% a month? Are you scalping M1, M5? Are you position trading? Are you swing trading on the hourly charts, the daily charts? Yeah, I mean, 30% a day is achievable if you over leverage your account. If you have a lucky month, you could make 500, 600, 1,000%. Long-term stability, most traders I know are somewhere around about the 10 to 15, 20% a month max, really. Think about it. I've been through this in the Bootcamp, and I've been through this in the live room a few times before. The question you should be asking yourself is not how much percentage is realistic to make as a trader. The question you should be asking yourself is, what do I need to earn a month to sustain my family? Yeah. For me, I need to be making ideally around about 8 to 10k a month. Yeah. To pay my bills, live comfortably, buy my cars, all that sort of stuff. Right. So if you want to make 100 grand a year, you're going to need to make somewhere around about 8 to 10,000 a month. If you can consistently, profitably generate 5% return a month, yeah, you can do that with a $200,000 account or pound account. Yeah, that is 10k. So you only need to produce 5% a month off of a 200k account. Scalping M5. Yeah, so if you want to scalp M5, you're going to be absolutely knackered. But yeah, if you want to scalp M5, what do you want to earn a day? What do you want to make a day consistently? What do you think you consistently can make a day? What do you need to make a day? $250? Yeah. So if you had a $50,000 account and you risked 0.5% per trade, that's $250 risk. If you made one trade a day and it was profitable, well done. If you made two trades, one was profitable, i.e. made 1% return, the other one didn't, well done. If you made three trades and you went $750 in the hole, you're going to need to trade yourself back another two profitable trades after that. Yeah. I don't know what percentage you're going to need to make a month. It's all dependent on that. Yeah. So ask yourself what you need to earn, not what percentage can I make. I can make 100% return, no problem whatsoever, on a 1k account, and I'll do it this afternoon. Can I do that every day? No. But I don't need to do that every day, because if I can return 5 to 10% a month off of a 100k account, I'm earning £5,000 to £10,000 a month. So I don't need to make 30%, do I? But again, it depends what capital you've got. It's an impossible question to answer, and it's the wrong question to ask, really. I can't put it this way. I can't make 30% a month long term. I can't, but and I don't know anyone that can. But there are people out there, I'm sure, that do. You won't find them on YouTube. Because if they can make 30% a month long term, they're damn well not going to give you the secret. Look at Warren Buffett. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows who Warren Buffett is. Most successful trader of all time, basically. He doesn't return more than the S&P, 12%. But if you've got $25 billion to trade with, why would you need to return more than 12%? You're loaded. Your return is based on your account, which is why that is what I concentrate on. Because this could be a 50k account or it could be a 1k account. What I'm concentrating on is making X% per day. If I can make 1% a day, I'm making 20% a month. But today, for example, I've made 3% so far. I'm not going to make 3% every day. I'm going to have days where I'm going to lose 5% or I'm going to lose 1.5%. Yeah, you can't consistently do it every day. Well, some people do. Some people can. You know, there are people out there that do, but it's very, very difficult. Like Chris said, I don't know if Chris is still in here, but Chris had a terrible, terrible, terrible day yesterday. He's had a really awesome day today. Past level, I think he's past stage 2 of his evaluation, I think I saw in the group. You're going to have bad days and good days. Whoa, there we go. 0.5%. Don't like that. That was too quick. Not quite sure why that popped there. I'm banking that before we find out that that was a spike and it's just going to fly. Not quite sure what that was. Can't see any news. Might get some news coming through in a minute. But yeah, let's go. There's a quick 0.5%. I don't even know what I'm up today. I haven't looked. $1,700 today so far. So far, that's it. I'm calling it a day there. $1,700 is enough. Still got my pound CAD on. Slug. Not quite sure what caused that spike. DAX is coming down. FTSE's coming down as well. So something's just we've just had something announced. Something's just happened somewhere. All the markets have all moved at the same time. Let's quick look at the dollar spiked. It was a reminder that we're in a bear market. Yes, probably. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Take it when it gives it to you. I'm just scanning the news websites at the minute, just trying to find out what that was. Anybody see anything? Can't spell financial juice. $248. There we go. There is a significant difference in positions in the Ukraine-Russian peace talks. Okay, so negative news on the peace talks. Significant difference. Doesn't say what that is. Really good website. Financial Juice. If it's going to break, it's going to break first here. You always get it first here, way ahead of Forex Factory. So it's worth looking at. Financial Juice, keeping your eye on. Not so much to help you. You can't use it to trade, but when you get things like that happening, you need to understand what that was. It's a bearish news, therefore it confirms bear market. I got out because I wanted out, but it now confirms for me that we should be looking for pullback and drops because it's bearish news on the war, which is bad for the market. Yeah, on the 50% mark on phase 2. Oh yeah, Chris, you are in here. Made a decent comeback today. Cool. Keep going. Just keep focusing on the process. Forget like I just said, I just looked at my P&L then. I've no idea how much I've made today. I'm focusing on trading. I don't know what I'm making. I've made $1,700, but my focus is on getting in, getting out, not the money. The money comes. It's 11 a.m. reversal. Could be. It's 8 minutes too early though. It's not 11 o'clock yet. And actually, the 11 a.m. reversal actually happened at 10:30. That's a support bounce anyway. So it looks like we're still coming down. I'm not going to chase this. I'm not going to enter another position here. I'm going to wait for a little bit of a pullback and then try and get another short on. Just want to keep an eye on this move as well, just to confirm that it is bearish. So market structure, we've kind of got into a weird, unsure pattern at the moment on the Dow. So at the moment, this is really the peak formation low. So we've put in a high, higher low, higher high. Potentially we could be putting a higher low in here. So difficult, very difficult to read today. Nasdaq, on the other hand, whoops, is actually more bearish. So it's more. Just get rid of that. New Zealand dollar yen, 125% ADR. High, low, lower high, lower low. So looking for pullbacks to short. I don't know if I want to be in this trade. What's this risk? It's only 0.5%. I'm going to leave it running. It's a 1.2 to 1 risk reward on this, so it's not a groundbreaking trade, but I'll let it run. If it stops out, it stops out. We have just broken that neckline, so on this head and shoulders, but we didn't break it there. It had another pullback, so the market structure is potentially looking good, but it's very, very weak. So I think we'll find, like I said, we'll get that kind of grind on these at the moment. New Zealand dollar yen, sorry, that was not an ADR, that was an average weekly. That was a weekly range hit. So yens, by the looks of things, that was just a spike on the yens on that news. No, it wasn't. It was just a spike on the New Zealand dollar by the looks of things. Yeah, it's a spike on the New Zealand dollar. Good, aren't they? Aussie's still pushing higher as well. So euro pound, we just come off of 125 ADR. Haven't had a reversal alert on yet on the 5 minute. So again, the euro's a little bit stronger at the moment. So when the euro calms down a little bit, we should see this one again start to fade, that move, hopefully. US dollar Swiss, I think I may well have TP'd on that now. Let's have a look. Not quite. So close. $7 away. Do I take it or not? Why can't I see it? Really strong support potentially on US dollar Swiss here. I think we're probably going to want to come back down here though. A little bit longer. I'll let it run. Right, I'm going to call it a day there, I think. So it's a tricky one to call. We're potentially pulling back for longs. We're also potentially in a short market structure. That news off the back of Ukraine talks being negative, I would say the markets are probably not going to be particularly excited about that. A Ukraine no-fly zone means you're in conflict with Russia. The defense secretary has just said, so again, stating the obvious that we're not going to enforce a no-fly zone over Ukraine. Nothing else. It looked like there's some talks going on. The US defense secretary is doing a talk somewhere at the moment. There's lots of statements coming out about him at the moment. Nothing else exciting. Right. So this afternoon, as I say, potentially look for pullbacks on this leg for shorts or longs off of this leg here. So it's a difficult one where we are at the moment. I'd be more inclined to short this. So stick a fib on this move. And potentially wait for bearish price action out of the 61.50 level. So if we can get up to there, potentially look for shorts. That's what I'll be playing this afternoon. Although I've banked quite a lot this morning, or today, so I'm probably not going to take any more trades myself today. But that's what I would be looking for across all the indices, based off of that news and the fact that we are absolutely where we should be, as I said earlier. On all indices, we're exactly where we should be for the next bear leg down, assuming we're going to stay in this bear market at the moment. So we shouldn't really be pushing much higher than where we are at the moment. Otherwise, we're going to invalidate market structure. So we're looking market structure there. If we push up above this high here, for example, on the NASDAQ, we're invalidating that market structure. So this is where I think we're probably looking to short for. So reversal alert on NASDAQ to the upside. On what time frame? You've had one on M15. Is that what you mean? But that you're seeing this basically because we've gone into an accumulation. So when you're in an accumulation, you'll find that you'll get reversal alerts in both directions because the market is going sideways. So it doesn't mean you should be taking along. I don't know if, Simeon, I don't know if you've only just got the indicator, but do not take every signal the indicator gives you. Yeah, don't take every signal the indicator gives you. It's going to give you loads of signals which are not to be taken, which is why you need to use it in Confluence. This is just a signal indicator. Yeah, it tells you when there's a certain market condition being achieved, which is basically a break in structure. Yeah, the market is going to break structure constantly. Yeah, but what we're looking for is for market structure breaks that happen when there are other conditions confirming. like an RSI extension. So if RSI is pushed up and then it starts to push down and gives you a market reversal alert, that is the type of trade that we want to be taking. We don't take every reversal. You could do, I mean, for example here, well, you couldn't here because this was too big, but look, I mean, it's just, it's broken to the upside, but, you know, now it's breaking to the downside. So it will invalidate, the likelihood is this afternoon, it will invalidate that. And then it will draw in new market structure for you going down. So it will draw in support rectangles, which price will tend to bounce out of on the way. But it's all explained in the videos on the website. Right. So I'm going to call it a day there. Anybody needs anything, come into the Telegram group. I will be in there. Good luck this afternoon. Good luck, Chris, if you're going to continue trading. Don't overtrade. If you've had a good day, turn around, walk away, go away. If you're not 100% sure, don't take a trade. Just concentrate on what your processes are at the moment. We're right in the middle of this area. Not sure where we should be trading. So wait for a condition to be met before you get into anything. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:50 for the Frankfurt session. News-wise, this evening we've got nothing to worry about up until tomorrow. Now these yens are always tentative. They never release when they're actually going to happen. Quite often they don't actually happen until late in the Asian session. But it really is a lottery with it. So all you have to be aware of is at some point there's likely to be volatility on the yen in the Asian session. I'm going to be asleep anyway, so I can't do anything about it. The EA will be trading for me. So if we get yen strength, my pound yens and my New Zealand yen, CAD yen, Swiss yen, the other yen that I'm in, will come down and the EA will take them off for me and profit. If it pushes up, the EA will wait for a reversal alert and it will get me into another position to average me in to my shorts. So, but at some point, something's going to happen overnight on the yen. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow morning and see what's happened. And again, tomorrow we've got retail sales for the CAD, very little impact most of the time. And home sales don't do anything much either. So very light news day tomorrow apart from the yen. So we should just see normal market positioning tomorrow. It is a normal Friday. It's not the end of the week. It's not the end of the week. Of course it's the end of the week. It's not the end of the month. It's not the end of the quarter. So we shouldn't see any massive repositioning tomorrow. So just be normal market movement. Potentially that's just starting to roll over there. We've got a 2 inside bar. So there's a short entry underneath the break of that candle. It's not really pulled up yet very far though. So I'd maybe give it a little bit of time if you're going to get into shorts. Aussie dollar CAD's just hit its weekly range as well. So that's obviously still pushing. Still going up the Aussies. Good strong movements on these Aussies at the minute. Really good. What's my pound CAD doing before I go? Meh. Not a lot. I might move my my stop on this. I'm gonna get. I'll wait and see what happens about 5 o'clock-ish. A couple of hours. If we've pushed up nicely, I'll probably just drag this up to somewhere around there and just reduce my risk on it, so that I'm just making sure that if it is going to just get a little bit of a pullback and a tank on this, I'm just going to lose less, basically, because I'm still not 100% sure if we are going to come up and fill this, but it's 50-50 shot in it. So, right. Good luck this afternoon, everybody. Let me know if you need anything in the Telegram group. Otherwise, I will see you 7:50 tomorrow morning. Have a good afternoon, and hopefully it's profitable.